Welcome to our today's podcast. Today we are privileged to have one of the teachers, and I want him to briefly tell us about himself before we start. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Peter Mutuku,
Mm-hmm.
a teacher at McWalimus Secondary School.
Mm-hmm.
Married,
Mm-hmm.
father of two.
Hey, wonderful.
Yeah, I teach history and Kiswahili.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching for the last 20 or so years.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Mm.
What do you like about teaching, even to start with? What do you like? 20 years. That's remarkable.
What I like most about teaching is to see the students. When we admit them, they are usually very young.
Mm-hmm.
We mold them for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
after which they sit for the end of the course exam, TSC.
Mm-hmm.
And then you meet them. You meet them when they are in college.
Mm-hmm.
You meet them while you are traveling and they are so happy.
Yes.
In social media, you will encounter them.
Yes, true.
Yeah, and they have got very many positive comments about the way you helped them to grow.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, so you can tell us a story. Do you remember any of them? You tell us a story, how they began the school, how they were so young, and how you nurtured them until they are. And how
I've nurtured so many. You want me to single out one of them?
Just, you can give us one story, or you want them to be in general?
It's generally.
Okay.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Tell us generally.
Generally, I've met so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
When they came, they joined from one.
Mm-hmm.
They were so young, they were full of fear.
Oh, okay.
Some did not even grasp what we were trying to teach them. They were wakafika from 2. We had to struggle with the adolescents. You know, they were now changing from childhood to adulthood. So we molded them. From 3, from 4, now they at least matured. Yeah. So then after the exam, they went to college. I remember one time I was just walking home along the road. Yeah. Then there was, I heard this sound of a vehicle, the horn.
Yes.
Yes, the horn. Hooting. Yes, hooting. Yeah. Then I did not understand, who is that who is trying to call me? Then I stopped. Then the lorry also stopped. I found it was one of my former students. Not really a driver, but he was driving the lorry belonging to his parents. Yeah. And then he was the manager. He told me the parents have got several of these lorries, and he's the manager.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is so wonderful.
Yeah. Then he alighted. We had to go to the nearest market where we talked. He even gave me some presents.
That's wonderful.
He gave me some presents shopping to take to my family. I was so happy.
Aki, that is so wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
That means that if a student can be able to even talk to you later, that means you've brought positive change towards them.
Yeah.
So they have,
in his life. Yeah.
Yes, in his life. So he was that patient. He was not even prepared to see you, but he
saw me just suddenly, and then he had to stop. He had even now to order the workers to wait for him as he talked to me. We spent about 2 hours together. Yeah.
That is good. So
and even later, I met that student again at Mlolongo.
Later?
Yes, and he was undertaking some managerial courses.
Yes.
Yeah, so that he can better manage his father's fleet of vehicles.
Okay.
Of late, I have not talked to him, but I think he's doing well. Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
So, and also one of your students, have you ever met one of them when you're visiting, let's say, an office?
At the hospital. At the hospital, I found a girl who was my former student.
Yes.
Yeah, and she had to serve me faster than the other patients there.
You were so happy?
Yes, at the hospital, she was the receiving clerk. Oh, Mwalimu, you have come. Oh, you are sick. Oh, Pole. Then she had to...
Yes, to hurry you up.
Yes, to hurry me up so that I can go back to school. Yeah.
Those are good, really remarkable stories. So that means that you have a lot of patience when they come in from one to nurture them.
Because to nurture them, it's not so easy. We require a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Yeah, for the children. Yeah.
Okay. So the patience to you comes naturally, or you had to develop it?
I'm usually patient, naturally. I'm patient. Yes.
Naturally.
I'm never in a hurry.
Okay.
Especially dealing with the children.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is
yeah, because in college you are also trained.
Yes.
To handle all types of students. Yeah, there are those slow learners. Yes. There are those also gifted children. Yes. So patience just comes naturally. Yeah.
So you believe that all the students are the same? They can be able to be productive in the society, or there are those ones who are slow and naturally they were born slow, or you think that all are the same? They just they just take in the education differently.
Yeah, they are different. They learn skills differently. At different rates.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, every child can become a useful member of the society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is wonderful. Now, because you've talked about your college or your university level.
Yeah.
So the is it the want or your passion for teaching? Where did it start? Did it start in primary school?
It started in primary school. My teachers were the role models.
Your teachers were the role models?
Yeah. And growing up in rural Kenya,
yes,
there were no other professions that could attract me anymore. Yeah, because there were no other professions.
You did not.
Maybe nurses.
Policemen. You did not come across policemen.
Not really. Not really. That time. In the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
Police, you could only see them maybe in town.
Yes.
And then people feared them.
Yeah.
So it was not an attractive career to me.
So teaching was attractive.
Yeah, and I could see the teachers from my locality.
Yes.
And how they were doing, how they sacrificed for us.
Yes.
And at home their families were also doing well.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got attracted to teaching.
That time.
Yeah.
Because of the teachers.
Yes.
Can you single out one teacher, or all of them were good for you? Particular teacher who...
All were good. All were good.
All of them were good to
All
you?
of them were good. Mr. Mutunga.
Yeah.
Mr. Monove.
Yes.
Mr. Mwanga, the head teacher. Yeah. In fact, the head teacher, Mr. Mwanga, organized a scholarship for me. Secondary school, I was educated through scholarship by Staré Boys Center.
The Staré that we know?
Yes. They have a sponsorship program. I don't know whether it is still there, but they had a sponsorship program, even when you are not admitted to that school.
Yes.
But you had done well in the KCPE. They could sponsor you in another school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wonderful. So you were needed.
And in my locality, that was the only school and the only head teacher who organized research. Students who passed in our school, Kalimani Primary School, they were sponsored by that program of Staré Boys.
So you were able to go to school?
I was able to go to school, Mumbuni High School.
Yes.
Under sponsorship by Staré Boys for 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yeah.
So what motivated you to work hard in high school?
I was motivated, as I have said, by my teachers.
Yes, true.
Yeah. They advised us about careers, about why we need to work hard. And of course, there is what we call intrinsic motivation.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, I was very ambitious. Very ambitious. I wanted to be a banker or something. But when I done the exam, the TSC, I did not qualify to study BCom.
Yes.
So the next choice was teaching.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you went to the university.
Yeah.
And in the university, did you like the lectures that you had in education?
Yeah, although we were so many of us in the lecture halls.
Yes. So
no, there was even very little contact between us and the lecturers. They would only come lecture for 1 hour and go.
Yeah, it was different during that time.
Yeah, and that time it was only the lecturer comes in, he starts lecturing. And it's like you are just copying notes throughout. You are writing notes throughout the lecture.
Oh, so there was not that close relationship between the lecturer and the student.
Only in one unit. Only in one unit. Like, what was the name of that course?
How was the lecture, even if you don't remember the name?
There was a course where we had tutorials.
Yes.
Where we were divided into smaller groups.
True.
And then each group would face the lecturer.
Mm-hmm.
We would discuss some issues. But most of the university courses, you don't interact with the lecturer. Rarely you interact with the lecturer. So
it was basically theory and lecture method?
Yes, theory and lecturing. Theory and lecture. So, no close contact between you and the lecturer.
So how was your first day when you started teaching practice? Day one of teaching practice. Day
one, I could say I was a bit of nervous, but within that week I got used to. The main challenge was actually the content, because
of the lecturing now back at school.
Yeah, because when you look at in college, some of the courses are not really the courses are not really adapted to the content you come to teach in secondary school.
True.
Yeah. So you find now you have to come and study again. As you go to class, you study again, because this is not what you are doing in college.
Yes.
In college, they only taught you about methodology, how to teach, and they not give you the content to go and teach.
Yes.
Yes.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And in that school where you did your teaching practice, there was no any other teacher who helped you or tried to assimilate you into teaching?
Yeah, they were there. They were there. There was a madam who assisted me in Kiswahili. Her name, I can't remember her name very well.
So they taught you what is required for you to be able to...
Especially content, I would ask her questions.
Yes.
Yeah, because I would study, then I prepare my notes, then I look at the exercises I'm going to give the students. If I can't find the answer, I could consult her.
So you figured it out by yourself, but through also asking.
Yes, yeah.
So what advice can you give to a new teaching practice teacher so that she or he can be well versed to come to do the teaching practice well? What preparation he or she should make before coming to that particular school, first school?
Yes. She should prepare herself according to her teaching subjects.
Yes.
Yeah, because she will mainly come and teach from 1 and 2. She should go through the syllabus. Yes, because I know in college they are not learning the content to come and teach the students. They are learning about methodology, how to teaching methods. Yes, but now you don't have the content. Yes, so he or she must prepare herself that semester, before they go for the teaching practice. Yeah, by going through the syllabus, if possible, even to prepare his or her notes. Yeah. So that now when he or she comes, it will only be a matter of preparing the lesson plans, and then she will go to class.
You go to class.
Yeah.
Now you started your teaching practice. Yeah. Then you graduated, of course.
Yeah.
Graduation was epic. Your parents were there?
I had a lot of relatives.
Which is good.
Relatives came.
That is good. You were happy.
Yeah. I was so happy.
And were they happy?
Although there was a congestion and all that, traffic jam, but we made it.
They were happy you were a teacher, or they wanted any other?
They were happy that I'm graduating. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they are just happy. Degree.
Yes.
Degree.
Yes.
They were celebrating the degree. Not the particular course that I have taken.
Oh, it's the degree you've got.
Yes, their son has got a degree.
So the degree was highly regarded, or what?
It was highly regarded.
Okay.
Although unemployment had already reared its angry head in Kenya, but still degrees were celebrated. Just the way they are celebrated today. Yes.
So did you manage to, after graduation, to get a BOM job immediately, or it took some time?
Not really. After some months, I got a job in a private school.
Yes. How much were you paid your first job?
My first salary was 6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
And did you feel it was enough? Or how was it?
It was not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the difficult part is that even the management of the school was struggling to pay that 6,000.
So
they could never even pay it in full. We were paid 2,000 after a week, after 2 weeks, 1,500, 3,000. There is no particular day I got the full salary.
And how long did you stay there?
I stayed in that school for about 2 terms.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got a job in another school, another private school.
Yes.
Same amount of salary.
Yes.
But in this other second school, at least they could pay the full salary every month.
That is the 1990s or the 2000s?
Yeah, 1990s and early 2000.
So what is the main challenge in private schools? What can you say is the main challenge?
The main challenge in private schools is indiscipline. Indiscipline of the students. And the management cannot decisively deal with it because they are afraid of losing students, because those students are paying fees, and it is this fees that manages the school.
So you wouldn't recommend most parents to take them in that?
Although not all the private schools are disciplined, but majority that is according to that time when I was
Yes, I'm talking about that's 1990s and early 2000, not now, not 20, after 2010.
That was one challenge.
Okay.
Second challenge in the private schools, performance of the students it's not a priority. Even the management. That time, many of them, they could not prioritize investment in the labs, textbooks, So performance is very, very, very challenging.
Do you know there are other teachers who are in such schools even now?
Yeah.
At this time.
Yeah.
What can you tell them? How can they deal with those challenges? Because we have the needs and we still need to administer the education. And in that school, you cannot get you cannot get a teaching job elsewhere.
So you should not give up. Because actually that's where I gained a lot of experience. Because I taught in private school for 7 years. So I gained a lot of experience. And I don't know what was the cause, but those students could ask me so many questions. I don't know whether it's because I was new in the job or it is they don't have this fear for the teacher. They don't fear teachers. So they could ask me so many questions. Some which may not even be related to the lesson that I was teaching.
Okay.
But I could still go and find out answers to those questions. Yes. And through that I got a lot of experience and knowledge in my subject areas.
Okay.
Yeah, so a teacher in private school should not be discouraged. Actually, many of us start from there. I'm a BOM. You start there before you are permanently employed by TSC. Yeah.
So if you would start your school today, a private school, what are we talking? What resources would you give that school so that it can be able to come up to like?
If I was to start a private school, I wouldn't. In fact, I would like that school to compete seriously with the public schools.
Yes.
Even to perform better than public schools.
Yes.
So I would invest in teaching and learning resources.
Teaching and learning resources.
Yeah.
Those are the main things.
That is the main challenge in private schools.
Can you expound briefly on the teaching and learning?
Textbooks.
Yes.
And today we have this modern technology. Yes. So you need computers.
Yes.
You need the projector.
So you need a projector.
Projector, computer, those.
Yes.
Yeah. Even tools for subjects like agriculture. You cannot teach students about farming, jembes, and they have never seen a jembe. You need those.
Okay.
Yeah, slasher.
Okay.
Those sickle. There are some equipment which you have to buy it physically for the students to know about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So true.
Then in the sciences, practicals. Yeah, some of the students, they only do practicals at the end of the term.
Yes.
Even at the end of the KCSE.
Yes.
They are not used to doing practicals.
Yes.
So that affects their performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can tell us now the transition from the private schools to now being employed by the TSC. Tell us the fact that interview that you went, that you got the
job.
The job.
Yeah.
Yes.
The interview, I could say I had a lot of anxiety. Will I get the job or not? After being out for tamarking for 7 years.
Yes.
And then of course, in Kenya, tribalism,
yes,
nepotism, corruption.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really, really rampant during that time.
Yeah. So I was so anxious. Yeah, but because of the way the interview that year, the way the interview was designed that year, I got the job because I had been out for 7 years.
For 7 years.
Yeah, so they allocated marks for how long you've stayed before being employed.
Even today, I think now they've done everything so well.
Yeah, but before that year, they were not considering much about how long I've stayed.
Oh, okay.
So that how long I've taught in private or BOM.
Okay. So they considered it.
They considered, but they required evidence. But I had the letters. You had to bring letters from both schools that you have taught, private and even public.
Yes. So now you are in the TSC, you've already gotten your job, so you go to your first school. How was it? I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy and active. Yeah. So happy and active. Yes. The other teachers were amazed when you arrived because you have a lot of, you have the experience.
Yes, I had a lot of energy. Yes, I had a lot of energy. Yeah. And I was happy that now my salary would be almost triple what I was getting in the private school.
Did you have to wait for the salary the way the other people are waiting for?
Yes, I waited for 6 months.
But it came in lump sum.
Then I got lump sum of 86,000. I cannot forget the figure. 86,000.
Nobody forgets.
Cash, and I was paid in cash. 86,000.
You got the money like this.
Yes, I put it in my car.
You've never come across such amount of money.
Yeah. It was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
Yes, I was happy.
Yeah, that is.
I was happy. I hired a taxi that day. I hired a taxi.
Yeah, yes. To take you home.
Yes, to take me home because I did shopping.
You did shopping?
Yes, I had to buy a TV.
Yes.
DVD.
Of course. What?
DVD and yeah.
Hey, that is good.
Yes.
But then that's really the lump sum thing was really good.
Yeah.
Because it could be able to. So after the lump sum, now the salary was coming every month.
Every month, yes. I was paid every month.
Yes. Now let's talk about the money management for some time for you that time.
Yeah.
What do you think a teacher, how should the teacher manage his or her salary in order to be able to sustain himself in the teaching profession?
Well, the most important thing is savings. Savings. Yeah.
At least
because now after you are employed and you are paid salary every month, you might get into a situation where you live a carefree life.
Yes.
Yeah. You might find that suddenly you have a certain need which requires a lot of money and you have not saved.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you cannot save on your own, you should join the circle.
The circle.
Yeah, and save through the circle.
Oh, you serve throughout the monthly contributions.
Yes.
Oh.
So, because in case of emergency, then you go to the circle and you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when during the holiday or during the weekends, do you have any other work that you do away from teaching back at your home?
Yes, I work on my farm.
You work on your farm?
Yes, where I grow crops, fruits.
Yes. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is so good. So you do it over the holiday. You can recommend other teachers to do it?
Yes. And if you cannot do it physically, you can just hire somebody. But you do the planning.
You do the planting yourself?
Yes. The planning. You do the planning.
Yes.
The planning of your shamba.
Yes.
Then you can just hire some cashiers to help you and there. But it is a good source of extra income. Because you get crops, you get maize, you get beans, you get fruits, so that you don't have to buy every time.
Yes.
And when you keep animals, you can sell them at a profit.
Yes.
You get eggs.
Wonderful. Hey, you've done well.
Yes. Yeah.
In future of the podcast, we should start something whereby we go and visit you in your home, so that we can see how far you've gone.
Yeah.
So you're doing farming during especially when we had the long holidays, right?
Yeah, especially before COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah. Once the month of November and December, I would work. I would really work. There's a time I harvested a lot of maize.
A lot of maize?
Yes, more than 40 bags. More than 40 bags. And I had a brother in a secondary school. Yes. I was able to pay fees for him through the sales of that maize.
Hey, that is remarkable.
Yeah.
So basically, that is a good side hustle for a teacher during the holidays.
Yes, farming.
And over the COVID, what were you doing over that pandemic?
I was still busy in my farm.
In your farm.
Because there were rains.
Yes.
Yes, there were rains and there was water.
There was water.
Yeah. Vegetables, I was not buying vegetables. I grew them myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is really wonderful. What I really want to know is concerning now your farm and now you're working on it. You know, the other, let's say, other teachers who do not have maybe a farm.
Yeah.
What are you to train or a farm to start to grow crops?
Somehow, even if you don't have a farm, you can lease.
Yes.
You can lease land. You can lease land.
Yes.
Okay, maybe if you can't lease land and maybe you are working around a town, then you can think of another business.
That you can do.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You've heard of any?
You can have a shop where you sell clothes, or even cereals or shoes. Okay. Yeah.
That one will be able to run when you're not there.
Yeah, you can hire somebody to do it.
You can hire somebody.
You can also sell online if it is clothes and shoes.
Yes.
You can market online and you get customers.
Okay. Yeah. But the farm thing is really...
But every teacher must find another source of income.
Why do you think?
It's not healthy to rely on just
one
source of income.
Yes.
Yes. Like there's a time when we went on strike for a month.
Yes.
And then you were not paid.
Yes.
You were not paid. Those teachers who were in town, they had a challenge of rent and household needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means you're not renting.
Yeah.
So you would advise also teachers not to rent because we have...
I would advise you where possible, buy a piece of land somewhere or buy a plot, build your own house.
Why? But
where possible, if it is possible.
But we have teachers' quarters. People would argue that.
It is a big mistake to be comfortable in the teachers' quarters.
Yes.
Yes. Because you might get a transfer to another school where there are no houses. Then as I have just said, if, for example, the worst comes to the worst and we have a strike and we are not paid, even that school might also demand you to pay rent.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So the teachers' quarters, they lower development of a teacher, personal development.
Yeah, you become comfortable. It becomes a comfort zone. And you can't think outside the box.
Yes, because most of them you don't have to pay rent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll be comfortable. Then in the moment you'll get a retirement, that's where now you are going to build your own house at 60. At 60, you don't even have the energy to build your own house. Yeah.
You know, most teachers...
What about your children?
Yes.
Your children, they will start learning that the teacher's quarters is their home.
So they should go and get a piece of land first.
Yeah.
And then when should I...
Even if you build it far from the school,
yes,
you can visit. You can be going there during the holiday.
Yes.
Yeah. So that you are not seen to be living at the teacher's quarters.
Right.
When we have exam, NEC demands nobody should be in the school compound.
True.
Then you are forced to go to the market, to stay at the market until the exam ends.
Okay.
Very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. So now, because you've taught for such a long time, you know what is key, what a student should do in order to pass the exams.
Yeah.
So that they can get a... Have you taught students who have performed exceptionally well?
Yes. Students who have gone to university.
So what did they do that is different from a student who fails?
Yeah.
What is the main difference?
The main difference is what we call hard work. hard work.
Yes.
Although sometimes we call it smart work.
Yes.
Smart. A student should listen to his or her teachers.
Yes.
And they always seek for guidance
from the teacher.
Yes.
So when you in, let's say in high school, you used to listen to the teacher.
Yes.
How did you? What was your
obedience? I mean obedience. Just obeying the teachers and obeying the school rules. Discipline.
Yes,
in
discipline.
Other words, discipline.
So discipline is key. You can't perform without discipline.
Yes, and not only just behavioral discipline, but academic discipline. When you are given assignment, you do it. Questions which you are not able to handle, you seek guidance from the teacher.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. That is good.
Yeah.
So
a good student to succeed, he or she must also have intrinsic motivation. Yes, what he wants to achieve. What he wants to achieve. What career he wants to pursue later.
So
that will encourage him, motivate him to work towards achieving that goal.
So the intrinsic motivation comes about through you or the student?
Intrinsic motivation comes from the student and his or her environment and the parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, environment and the parents. When this child was young, even before he came to secondary, what did he want for himself?
Okay.
Yeah, to be a nurse, to be a doctor, to be an engineer. Yes. And according to his environment, what he could see from the area. Yeah.
So a student should be really exposed.
Should be really exposed in order to, like I said in my case, I was not that much exposed to other careers.
Yes.
Yes. I could only hear of bankers, and then see my teachers.
Yes.
Otherwise, there were no other people there, engineers, no.
So that is what is.
So a student should be motivated, should be exposed to different careers.
So that now they can be able to...
Even when a parent is going to the bank, let your child accompany you there. How the bank and what happens in a bank. Yes. When you are taking your vehicle to the mechanic, go with your child, how what is happening there. When you are going shopping. Yeah. So that when time comes for him to choose a career, he has seen engineers, he has seen doctors, he has seen bankers.
Yes.
Yeah.
What of those students who do not have parents who are a bit well up? Like you're born, you know how...
Yeah, they are relatives. Their relatives should expose them. Even the school where they are.
Yes.
The school where they are, that school should expose them. Yeah. If they can't go on a trip, then the school can invite some people to come and speak to the students about different careers.
Yes, so the school...
Then we also have now mass media. Mass media is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yes, a student, even when he or she comes from a poor background, there is a TV, even at school.
Yes.
Yes, that can expose them a lot.
So the school has to ensure that they watch those programs that are going to be influential to them.
To their careers,
and to bring the intrinsic motivation out of them. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Yes, and you also talked about discipline.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a student who was indisciplined and then they were able to change and become disciplined?
Yes. I've seen several. Yes. They change through guidance and counseling by their parents and us teachers.
So they have to cooperate, both of them?
Yes.
So is it through words, talking to them on daily basis as often?
Even aspects of punishment.
Oh.
When the student is suspended, yes, he or she now feels I am out of school. Our neighbors will see me. Maybe I've been suspended, and they are wondering. So that student now will not enjoy being out again. Okay. So he will change.
What if of those students who do not care whether the neighbor sees them or not?
Then the aspect of now guidance and counseling
comes in.
Yes,
and it works really well.
Yes, it does.
The student is able to perform.
Yeah, and in the process, you might find out what is really the reason behind the discipline of this student.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how
through guidance and counseling, the student can open up and say it is drugs or it is peer pressure, whatever it is.
So the teachers you were taught in college how to handle discipline. Were you taught?
We were taught, but theoretical.
Theoretically.
Yes.
And when you came on the ground, what happened?
There you have to use that theory knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and then general knowledge, because you were also once a student.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How the methods used by your teachers, you apply them.
So the teachers, even those ones who taught you,
Yes.
are key aspects in your life.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you had
Throughout
to.
your life.
Yes.
Throughout your life, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you urge those students as a 20-year-old, not even a 20-year-old, there are those ones who 16-year-old who is looking for a career to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
What inspiration can you give them?
I would tell them teaching is a good career.
Yes.
In fact, in teaching, there is no pressure like in some other jobs.
Yes.
Yes. Some other jobs are very stressful. There's a lot of pressure, either to perform, or you must be extra careful. If it is in a bank, you are the teller, you are the cashier.
Yes.
You have to be extra careful, not to lose any shilling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But in teaching, you are dealing with human beings.
Yes.
Yes, they are challenging, but you can work. It's a job that you can enjoy because it does not pressurize you.
Yes.
Yes. It's a good job. And then you are going to enjoy when your students, as they grow up, you mold them. Then you meet them later in life. Yeah. You feel so happy.
Yes.
Yes.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years as a teacher? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let's not go to 10, just 5.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want to be?
Really not where I want to be.
Yes.
But I would still be happy receiving my students and molding them.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would be happy seeing them doing well.
Okay.
Yes.
So
doing well and passing their exams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and how is your employer? How can your employer ensure that you do it well? What are the things that should come up that are really good, which should be brought to the teaching profession to help the student, and also to help you to be able to help the student effectively?
The employer.
The employer.
The employer should review the policy of transfers.
Yes.
Transfer. You find a teacher working for so many years in a school.
Yes.
Yes. And he or she might be tired in quotes of being that school.
Yes.
Yeah. Monotony of place. Naitwa monotony of place.
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to get a different
Let the issue of
challenge.
transfers not be like a waiver.
Oh,
yes, the employers meant transfers to be like a waiver. They should consider that.
Okay.
For a teacher to effectively assist the students, he or she should not be held in one school for so long.
Yes.
Especially if he or she wants to transfer from that school. Yeah, because if the teacher will not be helping the students, if he is in his mind, if his mind is not in that school, then he cannot perform. Yes, that's one.
That is one. Which is a good. Can you think of any other thing?
Any other thing that the employer should do? Yeah, there is so much they can do. The promotion policy. The promotion policy.
True.
Yes. It may not be so good at this moment. Yes.
So that should be looked upon.
Yeah. Students. Schools admit students with different abilities, different marks. So it is unfair to compare this teacher and another teacher in a different school. Yes. Even the environment of our school can even affect performance. Yes. Yeah.
And the entry behavior is different.
Entry behavior is different. Yeah.
Yes. So they should also consider those aspects.
Yes. Promotion, they should come up with a favorable system of promoting teachers.
Okay. And as a teacher, you can advise. How can you advise a new teacher? What can they do in order to make their job easier as they are teaching throughout the years?
Yes. They should. Teaching is about preparing yourself before going to class, so that you have the content you deliver to the students. Yeah.
Should they work maybe longer hours in order to?
Yes.
In order to get the results.
Yes, to get results, you need investment in time. time.
So
Yes.
the 8 to, is it 8 to 5 is not still enough?
It's not still enough, especially with the 844 syllabus. Not enough. You might need some extra hours, early morning or over the weekends. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, and co-curricular activities.
Yeah.
Which curricular activity do you think is very important to the student in nurturing?
All the extracurricular activities are good.
Yes. Which one are you interested in?
Yeah, I'm interested in drama, music, debates,
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
Yes. You think it is good for the student to learn all?
Yeah, it will assist them in learning languages, as well as refreshing their minds and entertainment. Yes.
So they should be put.
Then it can make them travel places.
Oh.
Yeah, to other schools for debate and so on. If it is drama and music festivals. Yeah.
How can the institutions now, the schools themselves, like themselves, help the student? How can they help the student in achieving the best? You've seen institutions which students are very, it's very easy for them to perform. And the other institutions which they are performing poorly. So how can the institution, what can it do?
The institution and its administration, first they ensure there are enough teachers. Yes. Even if TSC has not provided them with enough, BOM, they can recruit. So enough teachers. And then those teachers employed by the school, they make sure they maintain them. So that they don't keep on changing. Because the students they like constancy. They like, this is our teacher, they are with him for some time. Then the other thing the school to do is to resources, teaching, learning resources.
They should be full.
Even furniture. When a student is not comfortable, if he does not have a good bed or a good chair, furniture, and the student is always in the class. So furniture is very important. Yes, to make the student comfortable. Then administration should listen to the students. They should get the views. What do the learners feel about the school? What do the learners feel about these policies? Administration should consult teachers and even listen to the views of the students.
That is wonderful. The parent now.
You've
seen some of the parents who are not in touch with the school totally. There are those parents who are not in touch with the school and their students have intrinsic motivation when they perform. There are those parents who are not in touch totally with the school and the student feels like, my mother has left me, my father has left me, so they won't go, they won't be able to grasp whatever you're teaching. So what is the role of the parent today in
the role of the parent is central. Because that, even I said that for the student to be adequately motivated in his life, career, what he wants to achieve, the parent plays a role.
Big role.
Big role in motivating his or her son to work hard.
And which ways do you think are the best in motivating your own child to perform?
Talking to him or her all the time.
All the time?
Yes. And showing parental love to the child. So
parental love is important?
It is very important. In fact, it is a basic need for the child. Basic need, parental love. That's why you find the children on the streets. Somehow they act inhuman. Why? Because they are lacking parental love.
What is this parental love? Maybe you can give us examples so that our viewers can know this is what is
parental love and care. Parental love and care. Appreciating the child. Yes, just calling him my son.
Yes, by the way, it's really key.
Yes, it's very important.
Some of them. Yes.
And when the child has done a mistake, instead of just rushing to punish, to physically, first to advise the child why this is wrong, and therefore you should not do that. Before you even consider corporal punishment, physical punishment. Talking to the child, why did you do this? The child will give you a reason or no reason, then you talk to the child. Yeah.
True.
Mm.
So we really thank you for today,
Yeah.
Mr. Mutuku.
Yes.
We pray that in future we'll call you again.
Yes.
After after the channel has gone on another level. Because we'll have more questions.
Yes.
Maybe we'll even visit you in your home.
Yeah.
So that people can see how teachers are doing good. So it is a good career.
Yes,
so thank you for today and God bless you.
Welcome.